Hello everyone, welcome to the part number 1 of this third milestone. So as I say in the introduction, we're gonna start by doing a new feature. It's gonna be the like feature, because right now if we look at the application we have right now, it's pretty boring. We get the image, but at least we get some authentication. And now I would like, when I click here, to be able to like this photo, etc. So what my plan is, when here I click like, I want this. So I want here, when I click on the like, to get this earth in red, and I want, when I click back, to become like that, so at least the user know the like has changed. And also we want to update this number of people who have been like, when we're gonna see when we're gonna add real time on that on the at the end of the project. But what we want to focus on this milestone is going to be just be able to like from the front end. And so what we're going to build, it's going to be like a new table. It's going to be a LikePhoto table. Maybe not the best name, but at least we know what that does. So this like table is going to be pretty simple. It's going to just take two like field. You're going to take user ID and photo ID, and both are just reference of other table. So this way, finally, if you think about that, this table gonna be like a join table for the user in the photo. So the like photo here, we don't gonna even need to have an ID, because we're gonna finally create an ID by using the ID of the user in the photo. This way, we make sure that it's impossible to have 2 times the same user who like the photo. And also, the way we want to work, it's we want to add like a toggle. What I mean by that, it's I want to have the same mutation for doing my like creation. What I mean by that, it's if you like a photo and you click again on the same mutation, this one gonna just delete the like. So I don't know if you follow what I try to say. It's finally we're gonna just do a get inside the DB if the user in the photo ID exists in this table here. If yes, that means the user have already liked this photo, so we can just delete it. So now the user don't like anymore this photo. And if when we do the get, we get nil for nothing, now it would be nice to just create the like. So this is what we're gonna do. So go inside your project, and what we're gonna run is this command here. We're gonna run mix Phoenix gen context reaction. Like I told you, we're gonna create a reaction context where we're gonna put all the following stuff and the like. So everything about like a reaction, about like I mean, we can put like a photo or like a comment example. We can all put that in the same place. After that, we're gonna need to put user ID reference the table user, and photo ID reference the photo table. And how I get this name, it's pretty simple. If we go inside the lib and we open example pose, we have a photo here. So the schema, it's photo, and in account user, it's user. So you just need to make sure this is user in photo like this one. So now we're gonna click enter. So now that creates for us a third context. So now we have this reaction context. So inside this one, we have the like photo, and we have like the basic stuff here. As you know, I like to delete the comment, so we're gonna start with that. We're gonna delete the comment here. I love the comment, but I think that just take too much place inside a tutorial, inside my screen. So we're gonna just delete that, and don't worry, keep one. That's it. Okay. So now this migration, so that create for us a migration to do. And this is what we have here. We have a new table, like photo. And this one gonna add a field user ID who reference the table user. And on delete, like we do nothing. Maybe later we can change that, but yeah. So here what we're gonna do, it's this, with this table, we're gonna add some stuff here, pretty simple. We're gonna just add null to be false and null to be false on both. What that means, it's impossible to create a like without the user ID in the photo ID. So that's going to be just more validation database side. After that, we're going to just delete this index from here, and we're going to just create one index. So we're going to say create unique index like photo. So always remember, this is the name of your table. And then we're going to put square bracket where we're going to put user ID and photo ID. So to get like a sum, like a concatenation, I think this is the name, of both ID. So if the ID of user is 1, the photo it's 1, it's going to be 11. And now here we're going to just give it a name to this like a new index right there, and we're going to call that user like photo. Okay, so now what we're going to do, it's we're gonna go inside the server. We're gonna run mix ecto migrate, and it looks like everything is good. Now we can open that in Postico or open that in your terminal or whatever you want. So now if we go inside the dev, now we're gonna have a new table like photo, and as you can see here we have the ID. I'm gonna show you that at the end of the feature how to delete this ID because we don't need that anymore. We may be gonna need to insert ad and update ad, so that's why I have keep the timestamp, because maybe you want to know when did you like this photo or not, something like that. Maybe we don't know. So, and if we look at the structure, so you can click here, we see the user ID and photo, it's not null. We get that from this both value we have put there as a validation, and also inside the index we get the user like photo index, unique index. As you can see, they take the column of the user ID in the photo ID. Boom, boom, bang. So yeah, so we're gonna change all that in the future. Don't worry. I just want to have something to show. So okay, so right now we have the table create, but what we should do after that, we should go inside each of the schema we have for the user and the photo. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna add as many I don't know how you say that, like as many relation between the photo and the user with this photo like. So how you do this, you go, first thing we're gonna go in the user, okay, and a user from here, what we're gonna add, it's gonna be here as many. So a user can have as many, we're gonna call that like photos. So a user can have many photo, like he can like many photos. This is what I mean, sorry. And here all we're gonna do this, now here we're gonna need to receive from the Instagram dot reaction, and here that's gonna be the like photo. So you just finally need to put the other schema to let Ecto manage this as many relation. Okay, so a user can have many like photo. So when I'm gonna do like a user that like photo, something like that, now I'm gonna have many of his like from him. So maybe here what we can do, because we know a user can like many comment, etc. We're gonna just say like you can remove it here if you want, but for now we're gonna keep it. Now after that we're gonna go inside the photo. It's gonna be almost the same, so we can copy paste this one. Okay, and now we're gonna put that right there. But now because a photo, we can just say likes. It's gonna be more simpler, because a user can like a comment in a photo, but a photo don't have like, you see what I mean? Okay, so now from here, what we're gonna do, it's now time to work with some like the plan right now will be to maybe doing some kind of the resolver and also putting that with the schema. So that's gonna be pretty simple. So what we're gonna do, now we're gonna go inside the Instagram web, and we're gonna go inside the schema right there. So here what we're gonna do, So we're gonna just go from finally from the top and go down. What I mean by that is here we're gonna create the mutation first. So the mutation is gonna be like or unlike a photo as a description. Here I'm gonna set a field. We're gonna call that like photo. And what we're gonna return here. So all I've done that is I've just say, okay, what my front end need to know. You need to just get kind of like a toggle, like you need to know if you like or not. What better than a boolean? So you can return from here a boolean only. Okay. Now here, one of the arguments we need is going to be the photo ID, and this one's going to be a non-null ID because for sure you have no choice to give this photo ID. After that, because we're going to need the user user ID, but we don't need to pass it as an argument. Why? It's because we're gonna have the user ID. If you remember from the context, so we're gonna get the user ID right there when we create the context. So now here, the only thing we're gonna need is to put this middleware, middleware that authorize, the same as the one we put here in the photo. So now we know this mutation, you need to be authorized, and also that's gonna give us access to the user. And now here we're gonna resolve with the resolver, and now time to create a new resolver. So right there, we're gonna create a new resolver. We're gonna call this one reaction. Don't forget the S to just follow up all the other. Okay, so this resolver is gonna be about the reaction. It's gonna be pretty simple. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna def the module. After that, here we're gonna say Instagram web.resolver, and we're gonna call that reaction. After that, here what we're gonna do is we're gonna create one of the first function. It's gonna be like a photo only. Do okay. So that's gonna be the function we're gonna call right there. So resolver that resolver that reaction dot like photo, like that. So this resolver like photo right there, we're gonna receive the argument we need. So here inside this one, remember you have always 3 arguments. First one we don't need is gonna be the parent. We're gonna need some stuff from here, and we're gonna need again some stuff from here. So we can start from here. Here we're gonna get the photo ID. So we're gonna get that from here. And now we can also get the user by doing context here, and right there we can say cur user going to be equal to cur user. If you want to know why I get with this ID of the cur user, if you go inside the context, we have called this one when we say cur user. So this cur user go right inside this context right there. Okay, so now here the plan will be to just finally call from the doing a call from the reaction service we're gonna create, where we're gonna finally just like the photo. So here we're gonna do a with statement, where here we're gonna return a tuple with OK and a message, or you can call that a status of, but I'm gonna call that a message. And this one we're gonna get that from, we're gonna alias this Instagram dot reaction. So now we can say reaction. Don't know why I get that in singular. Okay, we're gonna just change that. Sorry, that was in the generator. So reaction here, change the name to be a S, change this one to be a S. We're gonna just change all the reaction. I just want to follow the same pattern everywhere. And here put the S inside your like photo. So make sure that every place where we have a reaction, we have a S, like that. If you want, you don't forget to do this in your test. So we have reaction. Okay, now we should be good with reaction like that. Okay, so here we're gonna create a function called LikePhoto in this reaction, where we're gonna pass the photo ID only with the cur user.id, so the ID of the user with log, and we're gonna finally just return to apollo-graphql the message with a tuple with OK atom, an atom of OK and message as the boolean. Okay, so now this LikePhoto here, we're gonna need to create this one. So go back inside your reaction here, and now we can like the photo. So what I'm gonna do here, I think we can delete all of them because they don't gonna really look like what we need, but you can keep it then. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just comment out this one for now. Okay, and now here I'm gonna create what I need inside this reaction services right there. So this one, we just need to think about the logic of what we're gonna do with the DB finally. So it's gonna be the place where we're gonna finally call what we need to do in the database when finally a user click on this photo like. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, it's right there. We're gonna do def LikePhoto to follow the name. The photo, remember what it got? It get the photo ID, and also you get the user ID. Okay, and now what I want to show you is if you go to Ecto website. Okay, if you go to Ecto website, you can see Ecto query. Okay, and Ecto query is going to be a way for you to provide to do some kind of SQL query right inside like Elixir finally. And this is really awesome to finally when you want to do complex stuff and you want to have like more control about that. I'm gonna put this thing in the description, don't worry. So this one here, so we have the Ecto query from here, so we are good. And inside this one, what we're gonna do, it's we're gonna do like they just show here to create a query, and after that we're gonna pass that inside the repo. So here we're gonna do query equal. So now I hope you know a bit about SQL, so that's gonna be easier for you. Here we need to find if this photo exists with the user ID and the photo ID. Okay, so we're gonna do from p in, and now right there we can say LikePhoto. So this is one of the things I really like about working with Elixir and Ecto in the SQL. It's you don't need to have the same name because they're just gonna take the name coming in from your schema and stuff like that. So that's gonna be pretty it's more easy, I think. Okay, here we're gonna say, so finally from P for photo, or you can call that LP if you want, or whatever, in LikePhoto, where, and now we're gonna say P, so the P we have here, the photo ID, because remember, a photo can have a photo ID right there. And now we're gonna say equal, don't do a 3 equal, it's 2 equal here in Elixir, and we're gonna say photo ID. But the thing is, if I do this, that don't gonna be this photo ID. If you want to have access to this photo ID right there, as you know, if you have following like other Elixir tutorial, you're gonna need to put this caret symbol right in front of that. Okay, so it's really important here to have your caret in front. And now here we can say an end, and do the same with the user ID. So the p.user ID equal caret user ID. Now another kind of convention I see, it's when you have a comma like here, to just put that in other line, and people I've seen a lot doing things like that just to make it easier to read. So as you choose, I think I'm gonna go here because I'm not a fan of really long line. But I know it looks pretty weird when you came back from when you came from like Node.js or thing like that. Okay, so now we have the query. So now, how can we query this thing finally? It's by using the repo. So we can do repo, and we know that's gonna give us 1. So if you go with all, that's gonna give you a list. But if you go with 1, that's gonna give you back your element if you receive it. Okay. But now, how you can search what repo that one give you. So I want to make sure that you understand how to search. You go to repo right there, and now inside this one, you're gonna have the value you search. So the 1, okay. So 1 fetch a single result from the query, and return nil if no result was found. So if you understand what I mean, it's now I'm gonna put a variable with that. I'm gonna call that result. Sorry. Now here, what I can do is I can say if result equal nil, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do something else. Okay. So if I have nothing, I want to create a photo like. I create a like photo, and else I'm gonna delete that. But now look at that. Oh, we have already created like photo. Who need to take some attribute? That's it here. So now why not put that there? So if it don't exist, so that means the user didn't finally like this photo yet. We're gonna just put here with a map right there. We're gonna put photo ID with the photo ID and user ID with the user ID. That's it. So now here we're gonna create a photo. And because of the way this one ended, finish, we should do that with OK and true. Because what we want to send back, if you remember, sorry, not here, but in the schema, we want to return a Boolean, okay? And for returning this Boolean, like if like here, that's gonna return us the object, the document you have created here, and not the Boolean. So that's why. So here I know, okay, the user click on like and we return true because now we just show to the user, hey, you just like this photo, it's true, you have liked it. And now here what we're gonna do, it's now we're gonna uncomment the delete like photo right there. It's already done for us, why not use them? And take this delete all photo, put that right there. And in this one, what you need to put is only the result, because this one, this delete, he take the photo, he take the full photo and he's gonna delete this one. And now this one, if you follow what I do, okay, because we don't have an error, it's done. So we say okay, but now, hey, you don't like it anymore. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So make sure to understand that here. So the table we have created with some reference to do the as many each, so many to many relation. So that make sure to have the as many here for the with the like photo, to make sure that now when you want to have access to all the photos a user have like, you can have access to it by using some stuff we're gonna see in the future, but with LikePhoto. Same with the photo with the like. Here in the schema we have created the mutation. In the reaction resolver, we call the like services we have created in the reaction context, and we receive the OK message because this is what we receive, OK message, and what we show back, it's OK with the message. So finally, it's almost thing about like with destructuring the OK, and we just send it back, okay? So now, if I go to my project, okay, now we get some error, okay. Invalid association like photo in schema associate. Okay, so as you can see, we see some like a reaction like photo without a S. So inside the user here, you see we have forget the S right there, and inside the post we have forget the S in the reaction also. So now if I run again, clear, mix Phoenix. Okay, and now we get another error. Cannot expand struct Instagram reaction like photo inside reaction like photo. Okay, so that must be inside this one right there. And you see line 4 alias reaction, so we forget another S here. I think the best bet should have been to do Shift Command F and search for reaction like that, and after that you can do like click here and replace, and that's it. But you know, sometimes yeah, on the server, perfect, looks like it's okay. So now we're gonna go to the GraphQL endpoint, and in this one I think if I do photo, just to make sure we have an ID, the image URL, okay, we get a unit array. Okay, so we are not authorized yet. So now I'm gonna log, take a token from my user. I'm gonna open another, yeah, I'm gonna put the header right there, add the header, put the bearer, oh no, sorry, authorization with bearer, and paste that. So now if I fetch, now it should be good, perfect. Now I'm gonna do Command T to open another one. I'm gonna create, let's say, like a photo. Okay, and in this one, because I've done a Command T from the other one, I get the header, so I don't need to care about this one, okay? And now if I open the docs, now inside my mutation, I'm gonna have this LikePhoto and need a photo ID. And inside my database, you know, I have nothing, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do here a mutation, LikePhoto. Here I need to put a photo ID. So inside the photo, I have the ID number 1. So we're gonna put this one, ID number 1, and now we don't need to do nothing for returning because this one return a boolean. So now time to cross the finger and click, and we get an error. But something at least we get something working here. We get insert into LikePhoto. So we should see nothing, but no, because when we insert, we get a problem. So now right there, what happened? As you can see, we get null value in column. Okay, so hey, something pretty strange. So we did the stuff we asked. So as you can see, we have the user ID. So the user ID, so if we see here, we have finally the photo ID was 1 and the user ID was 8. So I'm gonna look in the database. I'm gonna go inside user and we see ID number 8 was me and we like the photo 1. So at least we know this logic is good, the insert is good, but now it looks like it's when it's time to save, okay? And we got that inside reaction, LikePhoto. Look here what we forget. As you know, when we do you want to add attribute, you need to pass that inside a cast. And apply the given parent has changed for the given data. So if that don't go there, you don't gonna get it. You see what I mean? So now here what we need to put is inside this cast attribute right there. We're gonna put user ID and we're gonna put photo ID. And inside the require the same thing. So what that means, it's that don't gonna be the database, we're gonna do the validation, but much more ecto right there. So photo ID, time to save. And now I'm gonna rerun again, okay? LikePhoto. Oh, I get true. Okay, sounds good. So now we did a search, we get nothing, so we have insert in the DB. So now if I go in LikePhoto, and I refresh, now this is what I got. I got the ID number 2 because as you can see, the number 1 was created before. So was created, think about like you take some kind of memory in the database, but finally didn't really save. So that's why. But now you see the user ID and photo ID. But now what's gonna happen if I rerun again? As you can see now, we have select. First thing, look at the color. We already know what happened. We have select a photo with the ID number 1 and the user ID number 8. We get it there. And now why not delete that? Because finally we don't like it anymore. Now if I refresh, you see? So right there, a user can unlike a photo. So you can like this one, like the number 2, the number 3, the number 4, because you like every photo. And as you can see now, we have user ID number 8, like photo number 1, user ID number 8. So this way, it's gonna be a way for us to know if this user have like this photo. Nothing more to do here. So I hope you enjoyed this part. In the next one, we're gonna create the mutation inside React Native to make this like, unlike, blah, blah, blah. And after that, I'm gonna show you another way of thinking. I don't say it's gonna be the right one, but it's gonna be about thinking in the viewer setup. What I mean by that is, finally, when we're gonna fetch the photo inside here, I want to have a value like viewer like that, who's going to be a boolean. What I mean by that, it's the application you see in your screen, it's your application, it's not mine, it's not my state, it's your state. So if you have like this photo here, this photo should return, viewer like should return like true. or fault and things like that. So this way the front end is become almost like dumb. Gonna just show the value you have. Yes, it take a bit more work in the back end, but I think you win in the long run. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're gonna talk in the next part. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.